You wake up one day and realize you actually want to join the Army. You don't know what job you want. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You just know you want to change, so you start doing what everybody does. You Google, how do I join the Army? And that's where this journey begins.
Level 1, figuring out why you want to join. Before you ever talk to a recruiter, you need to figure out one thing. Why are you joining? Money, college, benefits, travel, a career, getting away from home, or maybe you just want to prove something to yourself. Because once you sign that contract, your reason matters. There are going to be days when you question your decision, so know your reason before you go visuals.
Level 2, do your research. Now you start researching Army jobs, pay, benefits, basic training, duty stations, deployments, contracts, and probably the most important question, what job should I pick? Don't just pick a job because somebody on TikTok said it's cool. Research what the job actually does, because you could potentially spend years doing it. And don't only research the good stuff, research the ugly stuff too. That's how you find out whether the Army actually fits you.
Eventually, you contact a recruiter, and now things start getting real. You sit down and tell them, I think I want to join. They're going to ask about your age, education, medical history, criminal history, and other eligibility requirements. This is where you need to be honest. Don't hide something because you think it'll disqualify you. Let the recruiter tell you what matters. Now you're no longer just thinking about joining, you're actually entering the process.
Level 4, the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Practice Test. This test isn't just about whether you're smart enough to join. Your scores can affect what jobs you're qualified for, so don't walk into it completely unprepared. Study, take practice tests, find your weak areas, because you might walk into the recruiting office wanting one specific job and discover your score determines whether you can actually get it.
At level 5, MEPS. This is where things start feeling extremely official. You go through medical processing, hearing, vision, blood pressure, physical examination, medical history, and a bunch of paperwork. You're basically being evaluated to determine whether you're medically qualified to serve. And if you've never been through something like this before, it can feel overwhelming, but just follow instructions and tell the truth.
Level 6. Now comes one of the biggest decisions, choosing your Army job. This is where you need to pay attention. Don't let somebody pressure you into taking a job you don't want just because they say you'll be fine. Ask questions. Where will you work? What will you actually do? What does training look like? Where can this job take you after the Army? Because the Army isn't just giving you a job, you're building experience that could follow you into civilian life.
Level 7, the contract. Then you get to the part where everything becomes real. You look at the paperwork, your job, your contract length, your incentives, your ship date. Everything is sitting right in front of you, and suddenly that decision you made weeks ago doesn't feel like a thought anymore. It feels real. You sign, and now you're going to the Army.
Level 8, the waiting period. Now comes one of the strangest parts, waiting. You still live your normal life, but you know you're leaving. You start buying things, getting your affairs in order, saying goodbye to people, working out, running, preparing yourself mentally, and every day your ship date gets closer.
Level 9, shipping out. Then the day finally comes. You wake up, your bags are packed, you say goodbye, and you head to the airport or transportation point. At this point, there's no more maybe. You made the decision. You signed the contract. Now you're officially beginning your Army journey.
Level 10, basic training. You arrive at basic training, and within minutes you realize something. This isn't the Army you saw on TikTok. Your phone time changes. Your schedule changes. Someone is telling you where to stand, where to walk, when to eat, when to sleep, and suddenly you're responsible for things you never thought about before. You aren't a soldier yet. You're about to become one.
That's the journey nobody can completely explain to you. Joining the Army doesn't start when you arrive at basic training. It starts the moment you decide, I'm actually going to do this. From that moment forward, every decision gets you one step closer. So if you're thinking about joining, do your research, ask questions, know what you're signing, know why you're joining, and understand exactly what you're getting yourself into, because once you sign that contract, the journey isn't hypothetical anymore. It's yours.